All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Disrespected Fathers podcast show. Um, it's been a while since we decided to do the streaming and going to YouTube's. No, we just been doing we've been freelancing, but I miss the streaming part, so we're back doing that until I get tired of that again. So listen, guys, seriously, if you haven't subscribed, I want to urge you to go ahead and do that, and also urge you to hit the like and leave a comment. And anybody's welcome to come up and talk and challenge whatever I say. I'm happy to have dialogue about it. I'm very happy to have dialogue about it. Hang on. Uh, what we're gonna talk about today is something that I've been paying attention to for the last, I mean, for the last 20, 25 years. And stuff don't get past me. Stuff don't get past me like it gets past everybody else. I have said this for years, and my friends are witnesses to this. These kids are getting more stupid, more dumb than they have been. I'm gonna go on record and say this now. I think in the slavery days when we weren't able to have books at our disposal and all these other technological things at our disposal, I think the kids were back then were smarter than these kids are today. And they have technology. And I'm not on one of these people that are on board with these people saying, "Oh, these kids today are way more smarter than what we had." No, they're not. And you never heard me say that. I never signed on for that because it was a lie. It was a complete lie. It was a complete lie. Anybody thinking I'm saying this just to be saying it or just to have a talking point, that's going to be untrue. That's going to be untrue because these kids today are super stupid, and I don't care who gets mad about it. And of course, we're going to blame the parents. That's the main topic. That's the main that's the main person that should be blamed. And it's to the point where teachers are quitting schools, giving up on these kids. And I can't blame them because once they get to school, once they get in the schoolhouse and they don't do what the teacher tell them, and the teacher gets mad, sends them out of the classroom, or sends them home with some words, you bring your stupid self up there and try to bully the teacher. Who has time for that? Who has time for you to come up to the schoolhouse after your no good, your sorry child has disrespected an authority figure that is trying to teach them basically for free because these teachers don't get paid worth a damn. These teachers don't get paid worth a damn to put up with this foolishness. They got to worry about getting shot, mass shootings in school, and then they got to worry about uh, local terrorists like you silly baby mamas. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Don't want to teach your kids right. You defend their stupidity. You defend their stupidity. These teachers are giving up. They got to worry about all of these other variables. I'm not talking about the teachers that are messing with the students. I'm not talking about the teachers that are saying racial stuff to these kids. I'm talking about the teachers that I grew up with. I have two teachers that I look up to my whole life, and I still go and visit one of them's burial site every single day. That's the impact teachers have on me. But we're gonna listen to a little bit of audio and and tell me if she's not telling the truth.
A former English teacher going viral after posting a raw and unfiltered farewell video as she leaves the classroom behind after just 3 years. Listen.
A lot of these kids don't know how to read because they have had things read to them or they can click a button and have something read out loud to them. I just don't think these kids even care. They don't care about making a difference in the world. They don't care about how to have a resume. They don't care how to write a resume. They don't care how to write cover letter because ChatGPT will just do it for them. And I think that we need to cut off technology from these kids probably until they go to college.
Hannah is a former teacher, and she joins us now. She posted that video. More than 1 million people have seen it, Hannah, probably more by the time we're on this morning. Why did you post that video?
So I taught for 3 years, as I said in my video. I wasn't always a teacher. I actually started my career in digital marketing. So I've been in the digital world for about 5 years now, or since I've graduated. And throughout the 3 years, I've taught digital arts classes and I've taught an English class. And I would say that in all of my teaching experience, technology has posed quite a challenge. And with AI becoming so accessible to children nowadays, especially teaching in an English or Core 4 classroom, it's been especially challenging kind of to have the kids comprehend and critical think and think for themselves on certain things.
Yeah.
So on my way out, I wanted to kind of raise awareness and just let people know how AI and technology is affecting our children these days.
Right. I know, coming from a mother who taught for 33 years, my sister's a teacher in South Carolina, the challenges that y'all deal with, this is even before AI was a thing. I'm sure it's even more challenging now, and clearly your opinion is, yes, it is. You were a high school teacher. I'm sure your students loved you. We hate to see someone leave education because of problems within the classroom.
Let's stop right there. First of all, that's a very beautiful teacher, and for her to leave, and she's young, for her to to see this and and and, and to leave after only 3 years of teaching, that should say something to y'all. But it's not gonna matter to hood-minded damn people, cockroach-brained people. She left. You don't understand how that affect the kids, the ones that wanted her there. You don't care about the ones that wanted her there. You only care that you got your kids out of the house for 8 hours for you to do whatever the hell you want to do. That's all you care about. Somebody else to babysit your no good damn children. Uh, Illiterate minded children. I'm sorry. I just have to speak my mind. This is something that's near and dear to me. These kids today cannot form a complete sentence. These kids today cannot have dialogue. They don't care about history. I just seen a video where this guy walked up on the streets with the microphone and asking this 19-year-old girl who was the first ever president. This silly damn girl said Donald Trump. And then when he looked at her foolishly, she said, "Oh, wait, no. No, 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 no. George Bush. Man, stupid. I don't care. It's you can try to sugarcoat it for them. They just don't know. But I don't want to hear that. You're the same people that are enabling this stupidity. You parents are enabling this stupidity. Look at these dudes walking around the streets with their pants hanging off of their butt. This thing has been in effect since the skinny jeans became a thing. Come on, man.
Give me some examples of what the students are saying to you.
Well, a lot of students, and I do want to be clear, I taught a lot of very motivated and bright children, and so I don't want this to come off as if this is all the kids' fault. But I do know that a lot of times in my English classroom, I would ask them to write down a short response or just 5 sentences to answer a question, and a lot of times it would be about 2.5 sentences, and they would say, well, I can't think of anything else to say, or, well, why do I have to answer in complete sentences? Like, you get the point from what I'm saying in just this little sentence. And then a lot of times I would assign essays, long form essays, and I know how children write, especially when they handwrite me things in the beginning of the school year. And so when a student, how I know how they write, typically would give me a very eloquently and thorough essay on a topic that I know that normally wouldn't come from them, I would ask them, was this really you? And I'd run it through an AI generator, and of course it would say 100% ChatGPT or AI. And I would speak to the student, and they would more so question of, well, if I have to redo this, how much is it really going to affect my grade? Can I just
Oh
take
my
zero?
gosh, trying to take the easy way out. Yeah.
Right.
Is it promoting just a laziness among our children?
I suppose, and a lot of them are just feeling as though they don't really need to do the work anymore because AI will just do it for them.
Right.
And I think that AI,
Let me stop it right there. She asked her, "Is it just taking the easy way out?" And she trying to give these kids a way out. You just answered her question with the same answer. No disrespect to the teacher because I think she's a very smart, beautiful woman. But she she don't want to step on toes. I get it. But sweetheart, these kids are dumb. Let's let, let's call it what it is. They they're cheating on stuff. They're cheating on stuff. They don't even write cursive no more. Here, they're speaking in cursive these days with this mumbling. I just ain't never seen nothing like this. Lazy, sorry parents.
can be in a classroom in a very effective way if we teach children in the older grades how to use it properly. But if we're allowing them this unlimited access in the classroom to use AI, they're not going to do the work themselves.
Yeah, I know you're a proponent of getting technology out of our classrooms, getting the phones out of our classrooms. I still can't believe some schools are allowing that. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry you had to leave the classroom. What are you going to do next?
Yes, well, I actually am working in a nonprofit now. I run donor relations, development, and digital marketing for them. So I'm back in what I was doing before teaching, and I'm loving it so
All
far.
right. Well, Hannah, thank you for giving up those 3 years. Appreciate it. We love our teachers.
I'm Steve Ducey.
See, I I can't subscribe to stupidity. I just can't subscribe to it. I got to find this other video while I'm here, showing you uh, Gen Z is easily the dumbest kids available. I'm not going to call the millennials dumb. They aren't this dumb. They're just not. But these people that wearing these skinny jeans and these alternate
When it comes to the future of our country's workforce,
these alternate mindsets that they have about. I'm not gonna get into that because I don't want no problem. But let me ask my Google machine. Who is the dumbest generation? Listen to this. The term the dumbest generation was popularized by Arthur Mark Berline in his book 2008 regarding millennials born early 1980s, late 90s, arguing that the digital age and screen culture caused younger tech savvy people to become more isolated, narcissistic, and intellectually shallow despite having access to more. That's good. And I've been saying this. He didn't need to write no damn book about this. He didn't need to write a book about this because I've been saying this for years. All you doing is giving a child a what are those things? Tablets and a computer and a phone and letting them raise them because you're lazy. You lazy and you suck at life, man. It's easy that. And let's just read. Let's go over here to read it, and I'm gonna read a little bit of this. Gen Z. This will hurt. I'm gonna say they say this will smart, but no. The generation born between 1997 and 2010 is the very first generation who did worse in school than the generation before them, according to a top neuroscientist. And shockingly, they are proud of it. They're the first generation in modern history to score lower on standardized academic tests than the ones before it. Dr. Jared Cooney Havara, 43, told the Post, and to make matters worse, most of these young people are overconfident about how smart they are. These people ain't smart just because people that left off, like inventors, let's say inventors for example, you just piggybacked off somebody that had an idea and you just finished the work off of it. You've done nothing. You've done nothing. Let me see. I didn't know all these were generations. Greatest is the first one. Silent is the second one. Boomers, then Gen X, then Millennials, then Gen Z, and then there's a new one called Gen Alpha. Yeah, whatever. Let's continue reading. And to make matters worse, most of these young people are overconfident about how smart they are. The smarter people think they are, the dumber they actually are. I said this all the time, and I've even did a TikTok video about this. Every time I hear you guys talk, you new generation, every time I hear you talk, you're saying something so stupid to the point to where I cringe when I hear you, and I'll take it a step further. I listen to these LeBron James fans. I listen to these dumb fools. And I've said this, and people have been taking my phrase and using it as their own, which is fine with me. But I definitely need to be getting credit for it. I said this, and let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments. Talking to my people over on Spotify and iHeart. I said this. Say I go over to a girl's house 10 times. I go over to my girl's house 10 times. We're going to say this. LeBron has been to the NBA Finals 10 times. And I get to hug, kiss, or touch her, or whatever you want to call it, 4 times. But I've been over there 10 times. But Michael Jordan comes over to my girl's house, and he gets to hug, kiss and touch her all 6 times. Whose woman is that? Is it Michael Jordan's or LeBron's? I've said this before. I'll give you another example. And this is clear the stupidity up. And I don't want to get off base with it. If I don't know what the grading system is, was it 91, 91, 92, 93 is an A? 93 is an A. So if I take a test and there's 10 answers on the test and I get 4 right and the other 6 wrong, isn't that an F? I get 4 right, 4 out of 10 right. That's a 40. That's 40%. That's an F. That's an F. But Michael Jordan takes a test and he gets all 6 of his essay questions right. That's 100A. That's 100A. That's a Carlton Banks score. That's a Steve Urkel score. He gets an A. So you can't argue with people that don't have sense. It's best to ignore them. If they can't hold dialogue with you and have a common sense mindset about it, it does no good to talk to them. It does no good to talk to them. So if you are raising your kids this modern way, your kids are going to suffer simply because they got you as a parent. Your kids are going to suffer. You're stupid, which is going to make them stupid. I can't say, hey, you need to speak to their dad, because I'm pretty sure the dad wears skinny jeans and he's probably stupid too. He's probably stupid too. I defend dads over here, but I'm not going to defend dads who wear skinny jeans. And his claim to fame is a local rap song he did. That's how he's popular. That's how he's famous. Sit somewhere and raise your damn children. Stop buying all this stuff. I think all this Christmas stuff, all this stuff that you buy for Christmas, these technological toys that you buy them. I think Christmas that just passed, 2025 Christmas, I think you got done a favor. Stop buying this stuff and try to raise your kids the right way. Raise them old-fashioned. Get them around older people. Sit them around older people. Little kids love older people. Little children love older people. You see your kids rear and go to your grandparents' house? You see how your kids rear and ready to go to your grandmama's house? Or their grandmother's house and their grandfather's house? Because they know they're going to get treated in a special way, and they're not going to get that stuff. They already know my grandma and granddaddy don't have all that stupidity. You as a parent are just lazy. You're just a lazy, no good parent. And I just have to say it. You got these kids entitled out here. Entitlement is the equivalent, in the black community, entitlement is the equivalent of racism. Entitlement is the equivalent of racism. it's unfair to listen to these kids talk stupid to their mamas, and dads, and you think it's cute. Parents think it's cute. And this new generation, Gen Alpha. th-
Tia just
th-
loves the fifth grade class.
here, let's
Tia just
listen.
loves the fifth grade class and is someone with a lot of experience in the classroom and a lot of experience in reading. I just want you to know we should be really afraid about the future of our society.
Please start seeing your child's legal name that's on their birth certificate before they start school.
This is our future. Gen Z, your kids cannot read.
All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at something that's been popping up on my TikTok more often, especially during this school year, and that's how difficult Gen Alpha is being in the classroom. Being disrespectful, not wanting to do anything that resembles work, always wanting to just sit on their iPads 24/7.
Why do they have iPads in school? It's a cheat code to stupidity. Gen Alpha, or what? Yeah, but why do they even have Alpha behind their name? Why don't they just have Gen Dumb, Gen Stupid? Let me ask y'all something. What would have happened to you if you brought home bad grades and you disrespected a teacher? What would have happened? You'd have got the hell beat out you. Don't sit up here and say you wouldn't. I told my sons when they were kids, from my house to the schoolhouse is the no game zone. I play no games in that zone. From my house to the schoolhouse, that's the no game zone. These women just get up these days and just send them, put them children on the bus and go about their business. They don't care about these kids. They do not care about these kids. And it almost breaks my heart because there is so much some people want to do. These kids just sit in the house and play video games all day, not going outside and playing, not getting hit, not falling down. Don't have critical thinking skills or anything like that. It's dumb, man. We're gonna leave that right there, because we'll come back and we'll do a part 2 of this tomorrow. I just can't believe how dumb society is these days. I just can't believe it. Please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the video, and we'll catch you on the next show. This has been the Disrespected Fathers Podcast.